These is lived experiences. Welcome back to the Swing Glow Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here at this round table amongst my round table family. Man, salute to everybody that was able to make this live. Salute to everybody that's able to catch it a little bit later. Now, look, before I jump into what I'm going to jump into, please allow me this opportunity now to express my videos are for educational purposes only. Okay? In no way, shape, form, or fashion is this a form of bullying, harassment, or anything that can be deemed negative, taking direct shots at anybody. You feel me? And that's what this platform is all about. So again, we are not bullying. These is absolute educational videos, lives only. Okay, now look, if you haven't already did it, please take this opportunity now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Swang Glow Podcast Show, Do Rock Creek. It helps us get further into the algorithm, and that's always the goal. And as we climb, y'all come on that journey with us. You feel me? When you become part of this family, y'all take this whole journey with us. So again, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell. So when we do these lives or I drop a video, you will be right there front and center. You won't miss a beat. You won't be charged for anything. I promise you that. Okay, now look, man, let me go ahead and get into what I'm gonna get into, man. Shout out to my bro Damian Porter first and foremost. He was able to obtain his the inside story of his original YouTube channel back after it being taken, for doing a reaction video to a video that I dropped. You feel me? Now, when I was made aware of the situation, right, I felt extremely horrible because to a certain degree I felt that it was my fault. And I can always do better, right? When doing content, right? Staying on course, staying focused, because like I always express to you guys, man, we got a purpose. We got direction. We're not here chasing anything. Not at all. You feel me? So I'm glad bro was able to get his channel back up and cracking. You feel me? His voice is definitely needed. His voice is important for the culture. And when all this was going on, right? He tapped in with me. I tapped into the homie Chill over at 16 to Life, and we was just trying to make sense of what was going on with this situation, right? Because it was crazy how they took bro's video and struck his channel and tried to take his channel for a week, right? But the video that I put up that he reacted to was still up. You feel me? So I'm still confused by it all, because the guys that I was having a difference of opinion and everything else with, right? I know how they get down. You feel me? I know how they get down. I know what their pedigree is. You feel me? And it is what it is. I'm just gonna be more conscious on not mentioning names, because I felt that was part of the issue, right? Me going outside of my body and actually mentioning these dudes' names, right? And on top of that, you know, me exposing the truth on them, it hurt them and it cut deep. And being that they wasn't able to go and get back on me, right, in the way that I got on them, the next best thing for them to do was to go this, that, then go and I know it was them. I hollered at one of my bros, right? See, I don't go to them people's channels. After I had the initial difference with this dude, that's when I was made aware of who he was, because once he jumped in my comments and started all this, I went and looked. I'm like, oh, this is who he is, right? So then his ex-woman, damn homie, shout out to her, reached out to me, right, and provided me with everything that I needed to bury this guy, right? So this is what I don't understand about YouTube, right? is this. And I'm not here to throw anybody else under the bus. Like I said, I'm not mentioning no more names ever again. If it ain't people that I deal with, that I have personal friendships and relationships with, I will never ever make the fatal mistake of mentioning these dudes' names again. I promise you that. And the way that I attack them, right? Because I was listening to Damian Porter's video that he just put out probably like an hour ago, right? And he was saying that the way that I was describing these people was a continuance of insults, about their sexuality, right? I don't understand YouTube. I really don't. I thought freedom of speech, right, was equated into this space. I guess it ain't. Well, I guess it is for some people. Because it seemed like the YouTube moderators, whoever the people are that run all of this, right? It's selective on the people that they choose to put strikes on, the people that they allow these type of people to come and put in bullying and harassment charges on people, because I see stuff on the internet, on YouTube all day, every day, saying far worse things than I ever could jump on here and say. And that's a fact. That's a fact. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the people that I'm talking about without even having to mention any names, right? And these people, well, I'm going to say this, right? Let's just say I'm gonna use PC Jumper as an example. Right? All the stuff that goes on there, all the stuff that has went on there, right? Encouraging violence, attacking people, and actually throwing their names out there behind those attacks. That channel they ain't even thought about striking them or taking that channel or none of that shit. How is that ever possible? With everything that has went on there, how is that ever possible? But here it is. You have people that is actually, see, I got attacked first, right? Because like I told y'all, in prison, we don't acknowledge people on the other side of the fence. The people that chose to make a career move, you know what I'm saying? To go, on them soft yards, right? There's no acknowledgement. However, these dudes are given the opportunity and the space to go on these big platforms, right? And talk and name names and talk all this shit about violence and all this shit, right? And none of these platforms is taken down. None of these platforms is getting strikes. But here it is, we getting strikes. We getting strikes and people's channels getting took. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand it. But one thing that I am definitely going to change is you would never hear me say another person's name that I'm in difference with on this platform again. I will save all that for my Instagram. I'll keep all that over there. Point blank, period. You feel me? So, yeah, after Damian Porter got at me and let me know what had happened to him, I immediately came to my channel and took down 2 videos. The 2 videos that involved the person that I was having a difference with. Y'all are familiar. Those of y'all that's been here at the round table, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. I took all that shit down. I took the long videos down and I took the short videos down off of this platform. All that stuff is still up on my Instagram. And it's going dumb like it should. You feel me? But none of this wouldn't have never happened if I wouldn't have got attacked first by, this person, this individual. You feel me? How the fuck can a person go start a fight, they swing on you and they miss, right? You bob and weave and you hit this fool with a 3-piece and knock him out. When he wake up, pew, he go run straight to the police and tell that you knocked him out, but he don't tell the police that he swung on you first. You feel me? So, again, maybe I'm a little slow to this YouTube stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know. However, I know what I would not be doing again. I promise y'all that. And that's mentioning these busters' names ever again. Point blank, period. Because all this stuff is orchestrated, and these people want things exactly the way that it is right now, right? Which is people like myself, people like Damian Porter, you know what I'm saying, and the other people that's on this YouTube space that stand for something, that has actual substance behind the things that we bring to this YouTube space, right? They want us out the way. And they want these guys that's getting off of those bad yards, these guys that play these police games on the internet all day, that's who they want around. So when these guys are jumping out there saying that the world is 50-50 and the main line in prison is 50-50 and all that BS, right? That's the type of world that they want. That's the type of propaganda that they're going to continue to feed to y'all. To feed it. It's kind of like when you listening to the radio, right? And y'all know how they play a song over and over and over and over again until you just learn the words to that shit. That's what these people are doing on YouTube. The rats, the government informants, the police, right? That's what they doing on YouTube. If you check all these dudes out, they all in the same circle. All of them run the same smear campaigns when it comes to people like myself, when it comes to people like Damian Porter, when it comes to people that comes here and give y'all the truth about what goes on. See, I didn't say those dudes' names. You feel me? But what I was doing was telling y'all the truth about what goes on those bad yards and what goes on the general population yard. And that became an issue with these guys, which inspired that one fella that I exposed to jump in my comments and say the absolute crazy things. See, it's certain words that I don't even want to say no more after going through all this shit. Right? But y'all know what time it is with, oh boy. Y'all know what time it is with him. And if you don't, go to my Instagram. Trey Mace _ Trey Mace, Trey TRAY _ Go over to my Instagram. It's a whole bunch of videos and screenshots and audio of that person and his truth. And that's all I'm going to say. You feel me? Now, like I told y'all, we have direction here at this platform. And I try to stay as focused as I possibly can because, the truth about this lifestyle needs to be heard. Y'all need to hear it from a person that's actually living in a prison environment, in one of the most dangerous environments that a person could be in, where you don't have a gun in here, where anybody can be taken down if you violate any rule. Imagine having to live like that. Imagine giving your freedom up to have to come live like that in such a dangerous environment where I've seen multiple people lose their life. I've seen multiple people PC up and go to those bad yards because it probably wasn't even nothing that happened to them. They probably was off over in the cut and seen somebody else get a knife ran through their neck and was like, I don't want no parts of that, and just left. You had that happen. I've seen it. You feel me? So that's all we've been doing. I try to get the truth, to help these young dudes understand that this ain't it. This prison shit. Look where I'm at. I got a fucking curtain up behind me. You know what I'm saying? This is my backdrop because I am in prison. And I've been here 31 years. And no, it isn't a pity party for me. I come here and I give y'all my experiences and my stories to help people that need to hear this shit. I remember when I was in camp. I was in juvenile camp, right? Camp Gonzales. And I remember the uh the head guy that ran that camp came to me one day. He was like, "Hey man," he like, "Look," he like, "I want to let you know that they gonna be bringing some kids, some younger kids in here, and we want you and a couple of other guys that's been in here, you know, for a while, to take these kids around, show them around the camp, but we want y'all to scare them. It's like a Scare Straight type of thing, right? I don't know if y'all familiar with that show Scare Straight, where they take the kids inside of a prison and they have these prisoners, you know what I'm saying, screaming at them and going crazy to scare them, to make them not want to go ever, right? Bam. So this dude come tell me this, right? And then before he walk off, he say, "Oh, wait." He says, "As a matter of fact," he say, "one of those kids that they bringing in here just so happened to be your little brother." And he said my brother name. I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, man." He said, you know, your little brother's out there messing up. You know, he didn't fell in with the wrong crowd, and he's been messing up, man. So, you know, to give him a better chance at not having to come through this type of experience where you're at, where you've already messed up and you his big brother. You know what I'm saying? So we want to take these kids and make sure that they don't ever have to go through this." So bam, I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe it, right? So bam, they bring them in. Bam, here come my little brother. Right? Now, I'll never forget this, right? Bam. Me looking at him, he looking at me. And for a second, I can see that he was kind of relieved seeing me. Right? But what I did was I got out, they got me, they got one of the homies from Main Street, and they got one of the homies from Broadway. Right? So I get at them, I'm like, "Hey bro, look, that's my little brother right there. I don't want him around me until all this is done. So y'all make sure y'all put extra pressure on him." So I got on all the other kids. So while they getting on my brother, I'm off in the cut looking right. And man, hey bro, you know, it was working. So I say all that to say this, bro. This is my lane. This is my lane. It's always been my lane, whether I wanted this responsibility or not. This is my lane. Unfortunately, until I'm out of here. But guess what? The mission won't be over when I get to that side of the camera. When I get to that side of the camera, you're not going to see me throwing up all these bullshit gang signs and gang banging and putting stuff on the dead homies. After, come on, man. If I do, all y'all unsubscribe to me. And y'all make sure y'all make it known you a BS full of crap dude, period. Y'all make sure y'all let that be known. But the mission don't stop for me. I stand on what I stand on. But at the same time, I am a man. I am a man. YouTube is not allowing men to be men when men are being attacked by lesser than people. They throw the punch and they miss. You three-piece them and knock them out. You the one that's wrong. How is that fair? When everybody else is doing this, doing far worse and saying far worse stuff on their channels and nothing is happening. How? This is the foul stuff I done seen to the highest degree, bro. Point blank period. Point blank period. Freedom of expression don't mean a motherfucking thing on YouTube, obviously. Me having to take those videos down was a trip, because it's like okay, I don't have a problem with it, because the message is already out there. The people that needed to see it seen it here in this space, right? Although the stuff still exists on my Instagram and my Facebook, that ain't going nowhere. They can go do whatever they want. They can go try to take those channels. I created another one on there. I don't care, because I was the one that was attacked. I didn't know that dude. Didn't know him. He lived in a completely different world from me. Although we are both locked up, he's just on shit status. I'm not. How do we become the ones that's wrong when these people are attacking? And that dude was all over my social media, bro. All over it. So when I punched this fool right directly in between his eyes, right? Oh, they run straight to the police and get the dropping kites. Next thing you know, Damian Porter loses his channel for overnight. Although they threatened to take it for 7 days. Again, my mistake was mentioning those people's names, and I could have used better verbiage when describing who this person was that was living in his truth. You feel me? I could have done. I will do better. I will do better, man. For future references, if by chance I don't plan on going down this road no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Because the mission is greater than the BS. And if by chance I do, I'm going to keep it over there on Instagram where it all started at. I just thought it would be interesting that these people needed to be exposed because this individual was engaging with a woman, but behind the scenes, he's doing other things that isn't savory, in the eyes of a person that's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Normal. It is what it is, bro. The only thing that I apologize for is Damian Porter having to go through what he went through for doing the reaction to the video that I did. That's the only thing I feel bad for. Other than that, the person that I was talking about, man, please. If you only can read my mind on what I really feel and think about that person, him and his cellmate, you feel me? Straight up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me check out some of these messages real quick, man. Bobby J, salute to you, Brody. I appreciate that. He said, keep educating the people, my loc, for sure. For sure. The message is way greater than the BS, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's been our focus, you know what I'm saying, this whole time. Damn near my whole existence on YouTube. King Grove, what's up, Brody? Salute to you. I send my love and respect as always. Keith Claus 33, salute, Brody. I appreciate you. Pig Gone, salute. Sonny Boy, what's up, Brody? Send my love and respect to you as always. Keith Claus said, yeah, bro. Gotta be careful with the way you move on the internet space. It gets tricky. It do get tricky. And I've seen multiple people come on here and say, oh, you can't bring the streets to the internet. You can't bring them politics and the prison politics to the internet and this and that. I don't see why not when all these dudes is supposed to be gang members, or you see dudes putting shit on the dead homies 24/7. Putting stuff on their hood 24/7. How many times have y'all seen me jump on here putting anything on my on my hood, my dead homies, gang banging and all that shit? Not one time. But you see all this shit. So if y'all are doing that, that means y'all live up under that culture. So why no politics, street politics, or prison politics? Why? King Ross said, damn, that fool. Hero, man. I don't know what that means. King Grover said YouTube ran by AI. Yeah, AI and the police. Keith Claw said facts, LOL. Welcome to YouTube politics. YouTube politics is trash. Straight up. Limes Over Lemons said individuals will antagonize you because they have nothing to lose, must remain self-regulated. That's facts, Brody. King Groover said the snitches winning out here. They doing interviews, getting money, and talking ish. That's facts. I see it all the time. And again, King Grover, these guys are given the space and opportunity, right, and the big voice and platforms, right, to throw their shots with no repercussions behind it. They can go on these big platforms and say names and shoot threats about violence and all this and that, and no repercussions at all. Why they channels ain't being took? Why they not getting strikes? You don't never hear about that. Why? Limes Over Lemons said that's what happens to truth tellers. They will try to stain your name. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Absolutely not. And that's facts. Bobby J say keep standing strong on business. Absolutely, Brody. Got to. I got to. When I come here and you know deliver what I deliver to y'all, to my round table family, that's without a doubt, Brody. That's without a doubt. I'm just, you know, wising up now. Not to say no names no more. You know what I'm saying? Ginger McNinja. He said men being tucked by other men in prison. That's as crazy. That's a crazy place there is. Yeah, on the PC yards. On those bad yards, absolutely. She's homie, that's rough. Glad you got a phone, though. Hell yeah. How long you got? I got 225 lives plus 16, Ginger McNinja. Salute to you for joining the chat too, Brody. Glad you made it. Glad you here at the round table. For real, for real. Limes Over Lemons said penitentiaries are a cold scene, Mr. Do-Rock. It is. The coldest. That's why I always encourage people to keep you, hey man, do not jeopardize your freedom for this shit. If you want to trade all that beautiful freedom that y'all got out there, where you able to go to the store and walk down the street and spend time with your kids and your family, if you got a car, jump in your car and just drive around, you know, go to a park or a beach or something, you know, go get you a hamburger or something, right? If you willing to trade all that for this, y'all see this? This is prison. You want to trade that for this? Then so be it. However, we encourage any and everybody that come to this round table, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, bro, because I've you know, I've read y'all part of what got me in here. You know what I'm saying? And hey, it's not fun. It's nothing to be proud about. It's nothing to brag about. None of that shit. Only a dumb motherfucker would jump on this app and brag about being in prison. Brag about the gang shit. You know what I'm saying? Knowing where it will lead you to. One or two places. Here or the grave. That's what all the real niggas that call themselves real niggas, that's real gang members, end up. Period. That's why I tell y'all, if you're going to be a gang member, right, this is what to expect. And I give you from A to Z what to expect if you're going to live that life. Don't half-ass do it. You can't half-ass do it. You can't do it halfway. Get to the prison, go SNY or PC, right? Which I call putting the pause on your gangsterism. Go praising Allah and all this and that, right? Then get out and everything is on the dead homies and cuz this and blood that. You know what I'm saying? And man, get out of here with that, bro. And that's what they don't like about me. Because I tell the truth. If you're going to be a gang member, do that shit all the way. If you ain't part of that life, don't fuck with it. I advise you not to. You don't need to be a gang member to be relevant. Period. Keith Claw said righteous. Mickey Presley, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Glad you made the live. He said, I like watching your down homie living in Michigan from Dago. Oh, okay, you from Dago? You living in Michigan though? For sure. Salute to you, Brody. Keith Claus said, a lot of people on YouTube lack any real integrity or principles in their real lives, bro. Keep elevating and standing on business. Hey, I see it all. I'm seeing it every day, bro. I'm seeing it every day. I'm convinced of that. I really am, and it's unfortunate for them because I guess I'm looked at as like an alien, a person that still stand on all those old rules as they would describe it, right? All that old shit, don't nobody care about that no more, and this and that. So when they see me and others like me that still stand for principle, right? For principles, stuff that was far set long before I even got in this game, right? Some of us still stand on those principles, you know, but I'm not promoting the gang shit. As certain aspects of that culture, of course, I would not coexist with, you know, people that chose bad career moves. Period. You know, other than that, man, hey, man, I advise y'all to keep elevating in y'all life, make the best educated decisions that y'all can. That's going to keep you free and keep you out of here. Keep you away from all the BS, because trust and believe, boy, once they get you, you're going to be knee deep in it. You're going to be buried in it, unfortunately. Bay Area Gorilla, you in there with any cats from East Palo Alto? Not right now, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to the whole Bay Area, though. You know, there's no Bay Areas in my building. It might be some on the yard that I'm not familiar with, but nah, I can't think of any right offhand. Ain't none in here. Sonny Boy said, you definitely have a message that needs to be heard. Absolutely, Brody. You feel me? And as long as I got this platform, you know, the videos is there. What we've been able to accomplish so far is there. It's a blessing being able to have this platform. It's unfortunate that you have fools out there in society that don't want to see it. The truth is like I told y'all, it's like sun to a vampire. It burns them deep. You feel me? So anytime I jump behind this camera and you know, I'm giving y'all true testimony, nothing false. I never bring anything false here. Not to this round table ever. You feel me? They don't like that. It's a threat. Keith Claus said a cat did a 3.5 hour long live on here disrespecting my deceased baby boy. That's nasty work, bro. See, and that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about, right? 3.5 hours of disrespect, right? 3.5 hours of disrespect is absolutely just craziness. And this baby boy is deceased on top of that. And YouTube didn't flag that. They didn't see that as bullying, as harassment. That's crazy, bro. Jared Law, 9424. Salute, Brody. Glad you was able to make the live. J-Dub, what's up, Brody? Send my love and respect to you as always. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. The Broke Boss, shout out to you too, bro. Glad you was able to make the live. Sonny Boy said you wouldn't believe how people really trying to not care about this 50-50-ish. Hey, you know why I believe that? Because they jump on these platforms and say it all the time. All the time, bro. Whenever the 50-50 thing is brought up, right? I was fake politics. That's how I got over there. The world is 50-50. Prison is 50-50. The main line is 50-50, right? This is a scenario that they will always try to build in the public's mind. And that's false. So when they say stuff like that and I see it and I be like, That ain't truth. Not at all. And again, this 50-50 thing, man, bro, that is PC. If you are on the main line, right, and you get socked up, right, constantly, you getting socked up constantly, they don't send you to no 50-50. They don't send you to no 50-50. You go PC. That's a fact. Take it from a guy who's on a level 4 yard. You feel me? You don't come on, man. And what's crazy is you don't never see none of the Southsiders, right, going through none of this. You don't never see the hey, what's very understood with them is this. And you don't see the PCs jump that South that's ex Southsiders jumping out there attacking the guys that's in the general population because they know better. Right? So it don't happen. It's only these dudes that's ex Crips and ex Bloods that's doing this foul ass stuff, bro. Lying. They are lying. Period. Limes Over Lemon said, just make another channel just in case they try to strike this one. This is your bread and butter. Oh yeah, yeah. I actually got one, right? Me and my beautiful woman, Ms. Odom, was talking about that, right? So probably I wanted to do it today, but I was just so caught up with all this stuff, right? Probably tomorrow, I'm gonna go work on it, hook it up, change the name of it, you know what I'm saying, legitimize it all, you feel me? And then I'm gonna start promoting it on here so I can have all y'all go and subscribe to it. You feel me? But best believe that'll be done. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow. I didn't have the time enough to get to it today. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely on that. Thank you for suggesting that, Brody. Keith Claw said, good suggestion, Glenn. Absolutely good suggestion. Lines Over Limit said, just a suggestion. You can post prison cooking meals just to bring in different audiences. Absolutely. Little bro, what's up, man? I see you. Don's of Max. That's my one of my youngest brothers right there, man. Glad you made the live, boy. Hey man, but yeah, bro. I'm definitely finna start working on that other channel. You know, I'm a legitimize it. I'm gonna try to get that all knocked out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, because I already got a strike on here. You know what I mean? And every time it seemed like when I get over a strike, as soon as that strike is over with, as soon as it's over with, they hit me with another one. And this last one that I got was from a video that I posted a long time ago, and it came out of nowhere, strike. So I tried to appeal it, and they rejected the appeal. You feel me? So yeah, man. I just got to be more, careful with what I say, because now I see that these people are highly active at trying to get us up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my little brother say stay tapped in. He say tapped in, stay trying to soak something up. For sure, for sure. You know you got that coming all day, every day, Brody. For real, for real. Keith Claw said, oh, they're really fishing for a way to get you out the way. Hey, man, I'm convinced of that, bro. I'm convinced of that. You feel me? Just seeing Damian Porter go through what he just went through and so many others, right? I'm convinced of it. And seeing that he went through that and others doing far, far worse things and saying far, far worse, he just did a reaction. You feel me? So I already knew. I'm like, damn, if they tripping on him for doing a reaction to my video, they definitely finna try to chop my head off. So I went and took them. As soon as he made me aware of it, seconds later, them videos was gone. Straight up. And what's crazy is, I took those videos down, right? I'm watching his channel. No, before I even seen his video today, I seen that they still got that video on his channel that he did the reaction to. I guess they put it back up. You feel me? And mine's is gone. This shit crazy, man. I like I said, I don't understand YouTube. It's nasty. And in my humble opinion, talking about selective politicking, they selective politicking when it comes to this shit. How y'all gonna strike his channel, take his channel for 7 days, and my video was still up that he did the reaction to? Then I take mine down and they put the video that he reacted to and struck his channel for back up. You feel me? Like how? So that lets me know. And like I said, one of my bros told me that they went to that guy's Instagram and seen him on his Instagram. I guess he was having some exchange with somebody, right? Like I said, I don't go to his channel at all. But he was having an exchange with somebody on there, a back and forth, and he was bragging about Damian Porter's channel getting took. Or the video going away or some shit, and saying that he didn't want no smoke. You feel me? That's a fact. I was just told that today when I went out and took my shower and kicked it with my homeboys in the day room. That's what I was told. I was like, huh? It's like, yeah, that fool, he was having an exchange or back and forth with somebody on there, right? And was saying that Damian Porter's the video that he had put up was gone, and that Damian Porter didn't want no smoke with him. This was the guy that I got into it with saying this. So that's how I know that they was behind it. And hopefully he still with it. Whatever that exchange was that he was having with that person, y'all can go over to his channel. If y'all know who I'm talking about, y'all can go over there and see for y'allself. I ain't went and look. I don't know if it's still there or not. But this is exactly what I was told. Facts. Keith Clark said, cold world, the coldest. Deuce then said, random thought. Do guys have time to take off glasses before a squabble? Are you asking me that because I got glasses on, bro? Hey, that's funny. That's a funny question. I've seen dudes fight with their glasses on. Me, I only wear these glasses to see this. Without these glasses on, I can't read the chat. That's why if y'all go to like some of my older videos, like when I was just posting up just random videos, I have my shades on. You feel me? That's because I wasn't doing the live, so I didn't have to read nothing. But when I'm on here or I need to read something, you know, when I realized that I needed these prescription glasses, right, is when I was still doing music. And you know, I'm writing my lyrics down, but when I go to record, I'm trying to read, and I'm like, damn, am I getting dumber? Because the words was like scrambled to me, but as soon as I put these on, everything came into focus. You feel me? So without these on, I would not be able to see none of these words in the chat. I promise you. It's completely blurred. And it shrinks. Little bro said, yeah, when you're not the aggressor. Bro say, man, when it's cracking, F everything else. Yeah, bro. I don't look to take nothing off when it's on, when it's up, man. I'm not looking to take off nothing. You feel me? That's a sign that you finna try to do something, and that person that you getting into it with is gonna sleep you. He gonna dog watch you. You giving him a warning that you finna do something. That's what I'm gonna do. I get into it with somebody and you get to taking, man, I'm finna flight you right then and there. I promise you. I'm not finna wait and sit for you to take nothing off. Glasses or none of that. John Connor, what up, Brody? Salute. I'm glad you was able to make the live. I send all my love and respect to you. He said, it ain't over, my boy. Just came home today doing it bigger than people that have been free. He said, good dope sell itself. Absolutely do, Brody. No better statement than that. You feel me? Limes Over Lemons said, just stick to your own content. Don't post anyone else. They get slick and will keep hitting your channel. Yeah, man. I don't do reactions because if y'all go look at some of my older videos, right? I used to insert certain videos in my content and react to certain stuff, right? And they was hitting me strike. I'm like, what the, you feel me? So I stopped doing that. Then I used to open my show up with music that I recorded, and they were striking me for that because of the instrumentals that I was using. You feel me? So I stopped that. You know what I mean? So now it's just, I keep everything just, hey, just on go. We just gonna go. We gonna come here. We gonna meet at this round table. The message is the message. I come and I engage with my people, and it is what it is, man. But one thing I'm not gonna do is the names. I'm not gonna use these people's names because I know they're gonna run straight to the police and they're gonna snitch. They're gonna tell. John Connor say, I guess I'm an alien too. Hey, John Connor, ain't nothing wrong with being, well, the reason why I say that I'm an alien, right? Why I feel like I'm kind of a misfit in this YouTube space, right? Because it's a lot of stuff that I see that I've been going through as of late that I don't understand. You feel me? I do not believe that I've said nothing any worse than I've seen other dudes jump behind the camera and say on these on way bigger platforms. We still building here. Some of these platforms that I've seen some of the wildest stuff on got 1 million subscribers. If not 1 million, they got close to it. You feel me? And they come and they put cases on dudes. You feel me? Man, I've seen all kind of foul stuff. I've seen all kind of foul stuff, period. How can you combat against people that's doing far worse than you and nothing happened to them, but when you do something, the world is coming to an end? I don't get it. So that's why I say I feel like I'm an alien in this space, man. And it's fine. I'll continue to be the alien. But like Limes Over Lemons just said, just stick to doing you. Stick to you, because what we've been doing over here is fine. But it's just when I feel attacked as a man, naturally as a man, you're going to want to stand up for yourself as a man. And when you see the people that you deal with and got love and respect for, because you know that these men are men, right? And you want to stand up for them too because they are righteous men. Damian Porter is a real guy, a real man. This is somebody that I know outside of this YouTube space, as well as Chill, 16 to Life. I know these men. We ain't just meet here. My little bro say they see your potential and they know your pedigree. They can't let you slip on my mama. Yeah, bro. Ghost Wolf said people believing that you was talking about even if you not, he pressed because he already got the transmission. Hey, bro. Whether I was talking about him or not, I didn't say his name. Whether I was talking about anybody in that guy's circle, right? I only said one name. And I know that the person that I said, that I mentioned, is connected to him. I know that without a doubt. They little circle, right? All of them are in the same category as far as I'm concerned. You feel me? So, but what's crazy is The guy that I was getting into it with, right? How all this started, I wasn't saying nothing about this. I had no knowledge of him. I swear to God, I had no knowledge of this guy, right? I'm doing a video. I did a video clip and posted it on my Instagram. And he came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere, out of oblivion, right? And made a comment in my comments, saying some weird stuff, right? That I took great offense to, right? Because I'm a man and I love women. I have a woman. Miss Golden is my woman, a real woman. She don't have the same, body parts that I have, right? So when he did what he did, I took great offense to it. So I responded the way that I did. That's what I say when they came and they throw a punch. You know what I'm saying? And they miss, and you three-piece them, and they get up after you knock them out and run to the police and tell. That's what happened. You feel me? Black salutes, bro. I'm glad you made the live. Cheers to you. I send my love and respect as always. Ghost Wolf say, be safe with you. Be safe with your language, creep. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I will not make that fatal mistake again. I promise you that. Bobby J said that they hate when the truth is being spoken because it shames the devil. It absolutely does, and I am 1,000,000% convinced of that, bro. 1,000,000% convinced of it. I promise you. And I know as long as I continue to come here and I give y'all true testimony about, certain aspects of the gang culture and about this prison stuff, right? Because I don't want to see other people go through this shit. I don't want to see other people have to keep bumping their head against the wall. If you get a cheat sheet, something that I didn't have, if you're given a cheat sheet to prevent you from having to go through this shit, you know what I'm saying? What's the harm or wrong in that? That's all I'm here for. I'm not here chasing stories. You feel me? I'm not here chasing no fame, none of that, no recognition, none of that shit. I'm just here as a real man and standing on that. If I wanted to chase stories and all that shit, man, come on, man. Come on. You feel me? Come on. That's an easy thing to do. Look at the internet. That's what everybody does. The crazy thing about it is YouTube encourages you to do that. That's how you get in the algorithm. That's how you get your channel out there. You get more views. You get more likes and this and that and blah, blah, blah. They encourage you to do that, right? I do the opposite. You feel me? I speak about my lifestyle. I speak about what I've been through for a purpose, to keep people from having to make. I talk about my mistakes. I talk about, after those mistakes that I've made, the things that followed behind those mistakes, which was other mistakes that led me to where I'm at right now, sitting in a jail cell. I am in a prison cell and have been in this prison cell for 31 years. How many people do y'all know that's on YouTube that can say that? That's actively on YouTube, that's content creators. How many people do y'all know can say that? How many people do y'all know can come and sit in front of the camera and give y'all true testimony about prison while actually being in prison? I seen a person, I ain't gonna even say the person's name, right? But I seen somebody say something in the comments to the effect of, he ain't on no level 4 yard. How he got a phone, how he's able to do this and do that every day without the police finding out and the police doing this and that and blah, 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 right? Hey, man, listen, bro. I am where I'm at. Point blank, period. I don't have to go above and beyond to prove anything to anybody. You feel me? The people that know me, they know what time it is. The people that know me, they know where I'm at. They know why I'm here. I don't have to go above and beyond to prove nothing to nobody out there. Them dudes is worried about the wrong stuff. Straight up, they worried about the wrong stuff instead of you being worried about where a person is at, if he's really where he's at, and why the. And this is another thing, bro. Listen, listen. The message is clear. I actually care for people. I've always been the person that if I've been through something bad, I don't want the next person to go through nothing bad that I've been through, because I know how it affects you. I know how it affects your family. I know how it affects your mental, how it affects your heart. So if I know that those things are bad for the mental, for the heart, for your spirit and all that, why would you want to see other people go through that? You feel me? So again, that's why I always open the show up the way that I do. We don't glorify jail. We don't glorify gangs. We don't glorify none of that. So why would I go the extra mile behind a weirdo jumping in some comments, saying this and saying that? Like, come on, bro. Go take care of your kids. Be a better image for your kids. Be a better person for your community, bro. What are you doing in your community to make things better? That should be your focus. Because if you're not doing anything to make any of those situations better, you in the way. You a waste of breath. You a waste of energy. Point blank, period. Bobby J said, oh, I read that one. Limes Over Lemon said, it's extremely sad how adults behave nowadays. I don't indulge in beefs at all. It takes up too much energy. It absolutely do, Limes Over Lemon. It takes up a lot of energy. You know, it's wasted time. You know, however, some things you just, as a man or a woman, you just cannot stand for. If I see somebody that's going out their way to create these false narratives about the gang culture and the prison stuff, right? They creating false narratives to get other people put in bad situations because they was in a bad situation. Going to a 50-50 yard, right? That's why I say I would never advise nobody to do that. If you so happen to end up in prison or in jail, do not do it. You're putting a target on yourself. To prevent even having to go through that, don't go to jail, period. Stop doing dumb shit out there on the streets. You're not going to beat the system. It's not going to happen. The system is designed like 5 steps ahead of our dumbass when we think we smarter than, like, come on, bro. Ain't none of us went to college and took up no law. You know what I'm saying? But here it is. We think we are outsmarting these people that's 5 steps ahead of us that went to college and professionalizing this shit. Like, come on, bro. Don't be stupid. Period. Dude Stan said, is your Instagram posted somewhere? I want to give you a follow. My bro J-Dub just put it in the chat, bro. Hopefully you see it. Good looking, J-Dub. Freedom ain't cheap said, shout out to Do-Rock Creek, free the actors for sure, bro. Salute to you. Thank you for saying that, bro. I appreciate you, and I'm glad you was able to make the live. Much love and respect to you. For real, for real. We accept all love and respect over here. Welcome to the Roundtable family. Limes Over Lemon said, don't ever answer individuals who ask how you got a phone and certain personal movements. They just troll. They ain't good peoples. Absolutely. I never answer those questions. People that jump in the chat and ask stupid stuff like that. Oh, where you at? And how did you get this? And how you do that? Like, come on, man. Y'all worried about the wrong stuff. We not here for that. We not here for that. We are here to educate, man. Above anything else, we are here to educate and try and hope, that these videos reach the right people that need it. There's a lot of people that's living out there in crisis, bro. Some people, unfortunately, can't think for themselves. They actually need to be told what to do, what and what not to do. You feel me? So the importance of having this platform is actually coming to speaking the truth. I cannot come here and profess any false anything, and I won't. You feel me? Straight up. Black said it's not a coincidence that certain channels haven't been struck or took down. The BS is accepted on social media. It absolutely is, bro. I feel like they are all in cahoots. You know what I'm saying? When you have all this crazy stuff going on these big platforms and nothing happened to them. You feel me? Nothing happens. All these threats. Like I said, on PC Jumper, you had a PC dude calling people out for like, hey, and going on other platforms threatening people, speaking about homicides and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody care about none of that. Ain't nobody impressed by it. You actually stupid as fuck for even you preach one thing, but then you jump on these platforms and say all this BS. You feel me? And when people like myself come and dispel all that shit, man, don't be impressed by none of that. If dudes is jumping behind these cameras, glorifying crimes that they did, like come on, man. Don't be impressed by that, bro. That's somebody that's trying to cover who they really are. They don't want you to see who they really are. They want you to see, I took this person's life. Oh, I fought this many people. Well, didn't you go PC? Didn't you go to this environment where it's a complete free for all? The proof is on my Instagram. Them videos and all that stuff that I posted up, go look at it. Go look at it. Ghost Wolf said, Creek, cuz you have a strong mind, a righteous perspective, and a cold way of using your words to convey your thoughts. The turf needs you, cuzzo. Get free. Hey, man, I love and appreciate you for that, bro. For real, for real. I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here. Hold up. But yeah, man. Hey, Ghost Wolf, man. Hey, man. The one thing that I am absolutely proud of, right, is being able to still have a clear mind to the point where I'm able to come to y'all, man, and you know what I'm saying? Give y'all these messages, and not deliver no BS. You feel me? Point blank, period. And then the mission of my freedom is always going to be first and foremost. Straight up. And once I get out there, trust and believe, that mission don't stop. It's just going to get greater. I promise y'all that. TJ Benton having said, is CMC a bad yard now? I seen some heavy dudes go there. Oh, he said a name. Yeah, now it is. Excuse me, I'm gonna cut this camera off real quick. But yeah, CMC is no good now. As far as the people that was on those yards, now, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, they made a choice, right? They made a choice to go there. They made a choice to be there. Black said, I put some of the blame on a lot of the civilians that be in comment sections, gassing up and supporting the PCs and other clowns. Yeah, man. That's because they are being misled. They are being misguided. They are being misinformed. You feel me? And without people like myself, without people like Damian Porter, without people like 16 to Life, and others, Young Trigger Bird, it's a number of people, bro, that come and give y'all the truth about just, the gang stuff, the prison stuff, just life period. And you have to have a appreciation for the truth. The only ones that's not gonna have that appreciation is the people that want to continue to mislead the public. You feel me? That's a fact. And as far as the civilians go, right? The only civilians that I have a problem with, right, is the ones that get outside their body, right, and have these strong opinions about a culture that they've never lived. You're looking at things from the outside in, right? You being told certain things. Like, it's like this. It's like, let's say a movie come out. You want to see that movie, but you don't get to make it to see the movie. However, somebody else go see it, and then they come tell you about the movie, right? You're getting a second or third hand opinion about that movie without seeing it. So you have small knowledge of it, but without you seeing it yourself, it's not the same. So you can't have strong, harsh opinions about something that you didn't see yourself or experience yourself. That's what I have a problem with civilians doing, the ones that do it. All of them don't do it. Lines Over Limits say, I appreciate your channel. I'm on my way to work. May all y'all have a magical weekend, as well as you too. Salute to you, man. Lines Over Limit, salute to you. Y'all gotta excuse me. I keep cutting this camera on and off. I ain't going nowhere though. Freedom Ain't Cheap said, it's rare to see people stand on principle and have morals and standards and willing to lie in the bed they made. Some people will compromise that for a small gain. With respect, never bend, never fold. I send mine. For sure, man. Salute to you, man. Freedom ain't cheap, man. Hey, man. It's a cold game, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a cold game when you are doing everything possible to do what you're supposed to do, but you have others informing people that you're wrong for doing what you're supposed to do. You have other people that's telling the youth and everybody else that it's actually cool to go to a 50-50 yard when it ain't. They'll tell them go, but don't go back to a level 4. Because this is what's going to happen to you. Right? So how can you tell them to go and you know that it's wrong? Because if you didn't think that it was wrong, you wouldn't be telling them not to go back to a level 4. You feel me? Black said, bro, from Under the Groove, keep it real too, and got a strong message. Oh, Black said, Bub from Under the Groove, keep it real too, and got a strong message. He do. That's a very good platform, man. Shout out to Bub from Under the Groove podcast. He does great work over there as well. I've checked out, bro. I've checked him out. You feel me? See, I'm not one of them dudes, bro, that I don't watch other podcasts and I don't do this and that. Well, I do. And I ain't got no problem with letting people know I do. I ain't no superstar. I'm regular just like y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Just got a platform and don't mind coming to share these stories with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Giving acknowledgement to other people that's doing the same thing that I'm doing. I'm no bigger than anybody else that's doing content. You feel me? So I be tapped into a whole lot of people's stuff. Some people I definitely give acknowledgement to, and then some people I may forget to mention, but there's a lot of people that I watch. TJ been having to say, I'm not gonna say if you get out, cause I know you are. So when you get out, what type trade have you been looking into? My choice, welding. It's really cool. I love it. Easy to get into. Believe it or not, TJ been having it. Excuse me. Believe it or not, right? I learned how to weld way back in 1993 in prison. Although I didn't finish the class, I didn't get my certificate, but I definitely learned how to weld because I was the clerk. I was the welding clerk. You feel me? I also took up auto body upholstery, in which I didn't get my certificate in that. I was at this time when I was doing those different trades, man, I was young. You feel me? I was young, and I told y'all the story about the homie Skillet from Folk Corner Block from Long Beach. Rest in peace. He used to be one of the dudes. It was him and a couple of homies that used to always be telling me because they took that shit serious. You feel me? Like, man, you in here doing too much, bro. You need to really try to learn this stuff so you can have this trade up under your belt. And I was just moving fast. Again, I ain't going nowhere, y'all. Give me a second. But I most definitely took up a number of trades though, man. You feel me? But when I get out, there's a couple of things I was looking into. My bro, shout out to my bro Byron. He keep encouraging me to drive trucks. To get into the trucking thing, get my little money up that way, so I've looked into that, it's a number of things. It's a couple of homies, man, that's been encouraging me to do different things, looking into different stuff. I'm still here, y'all. I ain't going nowhere. TJ been having to say, oh, see, that's good. It's one of them muscle memory things. Once you get in it again, you will remember all over again. Exactly. All right, let me cut this camera back on. Hey, the cold thing about that welding stuff, right? Like I said, I was the clerk in there, so I used to, when they be up in there doing their thing, like I go up in there and just pick the thing up and just start welding, on different metals and all that stuff, right? And actually, that's how I learned how to do it. That's where I learned how to drive forklifts. You feel me? I remember they used to do this test with the forklift where they would throw the quarter down on the ground, and you would have to pick the quarter up with the forklift off the ground. You feel me? Without using your hands, just using the forklift. TJ been having to say, it's never too late, brother. We all may not so smart decisions young. Yeah, man. I caught this case when I was 20, 21, 22 years old. So, I've learned, not to continue to crucify myself, for being in the wrong environment around the wrong people over and over. As a grown man, I do look back on that stuff and just, like, man, you definitely could have done better here. Definitely could have done better there. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in a position where I can take those situations and feed it back to the public, to the people that need that shit, man, because it's people that actually out there need it. King Grover said, yeah, trucking motherfuckers getting money. My little cousin from Fadu's Hoover got his own trucking company. He started off of working for a company. Now he owns his own. That's what I'm saying. That's what my bro Byron been telling me to do. Because one of our boys just got out of prison like not even a year ago, right? And he started out working for a trucking company. And then I guess he had ended, we was just talking about, me and Byron was just talking about this yesterday. He got frustrated and bought his own truck. You know what I'm saying? And now he got his own thing cracking with the trucks. You feel me? It's a number of people that I know that's been doing that, bro. And he been encouraging me. He like, look, do it. He said, and you get to travel all over the world. You making money. You just got to live in that truck like how you living inside that prison cell. Live in the truck like that. Only you making money and you traveling everywhere. You feel me? So yeah, I definitely have been given that strong consideration. That's real. Ghost Wolf said the homie Skill got it cracking with the waterways. Oh yeah. Hey, I know that, bro. I know that, bro. Hey, me and Skill tapped in every day. That's my right hand man. You feel me? That's little bro right there. That's my right hand man. Believe that. I know he got it cracking. That's that. But see, you have to get certificates. You have to go to school. You got to take a lot of tests to get up into that. You feel me? I talked to him about that. You know what I'm saying? That was definitely another option. Shout out to my bro Skill too, bro. J Dub say owner operator is where it's at. Oh yeah? I'm not familiar with that, J Dub. Owner operator? Ghost Wolf said, hell, that's my nigga. Super solid. Hey, more than solid. More than solid, man. Me and Skill, bro. Hey, bro. More than solid. Whenever I need him for anything, you feel me? Always there. No matter what. No matter what. Always there. You feel me? That's bro for sure, man. I love him. Straight up. We holler every day. Every single day. That's bro. Ty up next said, what are all the sheets for in prison? You talking about this? Well, all the sheets is, okay, on the other side of this sheet is the front of the cell door. So when I'm in here doing this, right? Somebody can just walk up to my door like the police or anybody and look in. I can't be in here on live and not have this blocked up. You feel me? Because it is against the law to be doing this. It is. And if they see me doing it, they finna snatch this phone. They finna do all that shit. They finna, rightfully so, because I'm not supposed to be doing it. So that's why you see dudes that's in prison have the sheets and all that shit up. It's to block people from being able to look inside your cell. Ghost Wolf said, that's cuz for sure. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Talk every day. Every day. Every day. You feel me? Man, what time is it? We're going to be getting up out of here in a minute, man. Ty up next said, can you answer that first question I'm asked? I'm very curious. I thought I just answered it. You asked about the sheets, right? Tie up next. You asked about the sheets, right? I just answered it. It's the block, the police. The one above the sheets question. I don't see it. Answer it. Ask it again. I don't see it, Brody. Ghost Wolf says, stay safe, Creek. Catch you in the next one. For sure. Salute to you, bro. Stay safe out there, man. Love and respect always, Brody. Ty up next. Can you ask that question again, please, before we get up out of here? What happens if it's your first time on a level 4 and you're a black and talk to a Mexican you know from the streets? Do you instantly get crashed or warning? Nah. Nah. Mm-mm. Hey, man, believe it or not, you have blacks and Hispanics that talk to each other a lot. You feel me? A lot. You know? So if you know somebody from the street, you don't get crashed out like that, right? The thing is this, right? What the Hispanics trip on is if they know their homeboy is a drug addict and they are talking to, let's just say, a black or whoever, right? And he's known for having that type of stuff, right? They're gonna look at it like he's trying to sell him some stuff, and this dude is trying to buy it. That's where the problem come in at. They not having that. You know what I'm saying? But if he's just a righteous dude and just shooting the shit, then nah, they not gonna get crashed for that. You got blacks and Hispanics to deal with each other a lot. Talk, at least or talking terms. It ain't like everybody walking around all tensed up. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have their politics on certain things that that they really push. You know what I'm saying? They really be pushing they politics. However, it's not all like tensed up like that. You know what I'm saying? You got some dudes that do talk to each other. I see them all the time. They say what's up to me. I say what's up to them. And if there's more to talk about, then we'll talk. You know. Two man, what up, Brody? Glad you was able to make the live. Send love and respect to you as always. Ty up next say, man, some YouTubers make it seem like it's a no-no. Well, again, I don't know which YouTubers you're talking about, right? But like I said, they have their politics on certain things, and they don't go against it. You feel me? Not at all. But just casual conversations and all that, I see them have them all the time. King Grover said, man, just imagine if all the blacks from Southern California and Northern California came together under one banner in prison. Man, do you know how powerful that would be? Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. That would be crazy. That would absolutely be crazy. That's a cold one right there, King Grover. For real, Brody. That's cold one right there. To the thought, just the thought alone. You feel me? After you've been through everything that you've been through and all the separation and all that shit, man, hey man, that would be a cold thing to see happen. I think it would be wonderful, honestly. Bro said no more red, no more blue, or whatever, just black. Yeah, bro. Black empowerment. Yeah. That's what you would think that just based off of like the old school thing, like the Black Panther Party and all that stuff, right? It would have been more. You know what I'm saying? It would have been more of that, but unfortunately, man, just dudes is just tribal. You know what I mean? Why I don't know. Dudes is just tribal, bro. Eric, what's up, Brody? Salute to you. Glad you was able to make the live. He said, I have a question for you. Are you cool with people who align themselves with no, I'm not. No, I'm not. King Ross said, do you have the paperwork on? I never read it. No, I don't have. His as far as his case, what he in jail for? No, I ain't got none of that, right? But all that other stuff that he's into, right? That I've exposed on him. Go to my Instagram, and everything is over there. If you ain't already on my Instagram, I'm on Instagram as Tray TRAY _Mase MASE. You feel me? All that stuff that he's into is over there. But as far as his paperwork, what he in jail for, no, I ain't got none of that. Mm-mm. TJ been having to say, what do you tell young dudes that go in there like age 18, 26, and like 20, 26, 30? Do you ever feel bad like, dang, they ruined their life? I do. Because I've gotten them in here like that with me, right? Over the years, and some of them was my homeboys' kids. Some of my homegirls' kids. You feel me? I got one with me right now that I've been knowing since he was 7 to 8 years old from my community. I literally been knowing him since he was like 7 to 8 years old. That's a fact. So to see him now as a grown man, right, with his own grown kids, is crazy work to me. Crazy. King Groover say, if you align yourself with you messed up individual. Yes, absolutely. How many homies from Hoover is there with me? Ain't none in this building. I think it's probably like 4 or 5 grooves on the yard right now in different buildings. Ain't none of them in here right now. Shit. Usually the Hoovers be deep as a motherfucker, right? Everywhere I've been, the Hoovers is always deep. Oh, hey man, um, yeah, hey Eric, uh, I'm not gonna touch that one. Like I said, right? I understand that. I understand that, bro. Um, uh, I'm not a fan of that person. Period. I've made that very known to everybody. You feel me? Everybody. Period. You feel me? Everybody. So people can jump in the comments and say whatever, but when it comes to that person, you know what I'm saying? I feel how I feel. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna. I'm cool because I know You know what I'm saying? I know how easily, you know, dudes get taken down. So I'm cool. I'm not touching that one. TJ been having it said, have you seen, yeah, from your community since you've been in there? I used to love his music. D Man, no, I haven't seen him since he been locked up, but I did hear that he was locked up. But I haven't seen him personally. J Dub said, Eric, follow your instincts, homie. Man, hey, bro. I look. It's a couple of people, right, that I personally know that deal with that dude, right? And I question all the time, like, why? Why? But at the same time, to each his own, man. You know, people align themselves with who they align themselves with. I align myself with who I align myself with. I align myself with righteous dudes. The people, if you hear me mention these peoples on this platform, that's who I deal with. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Anybody that play police games and all that shit and doing all that, I'm cool, bro. I'm cool, bro. Derek say, I will, thanks. I just started following this channel and saw in the comments I unfollowed him a while ago. Well, I'm glad you made it over here, Eric. You know what I'm saying? You chose right, you know, because I don't deal with that that circle. You know what I'm saying? That circle is the problem. Straight up. They have, man, I'm not even finna go there, bro. It is what it is. For sure, Eric. It's all good. Almighty said, what's your IG or whatever, OG? My IG is Trey, Tray underscore Mace, Mase. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok under that same handle. Tray underscore Mase. All that stuff, Almighty, go to my Instagram. That's where everything is. Hey, that stuff taking a life of its own as it should. Good looking, Jada. Let me pin that real quick. There you go, right there. Go follow me. Let me know who you are on here. Send me a message and I'll follow you back. Oh man, he's worse than bad people's. Far, far worse. Far, far worse. That's all I'm gonna say. But he be deleting stuff. Of course he gonna delete stuff. Oh, okay. Your name the only vibe on there? Okay. Well, I'm finna get ready to shut this live down, man. I'm gonna take a trip over there real quick. You know what I'm saying? And any of y'all that go over there and follow me, I'll follow all y'all back, man. Y'all just let me know who y'all are. You know what I'm saying? And I'll follow all y'all back, bro. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody for joining the live, man. Hey, it's been a blessing. You know, all love. You know, I hate that, you know, I had to even go down the road that I did with that individual. However, I'm always stand up for myself. It's just a appropriate way to do it. So I've learned from this whole little ordeal. You know what I'm saying? So I won't be saying no names and none of that no more. You know, but you know, like I said, I like to have all my fun when it comes to that type of stuff on the Instagram anyway, you know. So any trolls that want to troll me, you know, that's on that BS, go over to the Instagram. Don't pop in the chat. Don't pop in my comments over here on YouTube. Go over there. Troll me over there so I can I'm gonna do you like how I did him, straight up. But on that note, man, look, man, ending on a positive note, a positive vibe. I want all of y'all to take care out there. Y'all be safe, man. Let the people that's in your life know you love them and appreciate them while you can, because tomorrow is promised to nobody. You feel me? Just try to be a positive influence for the people that's around you, man. We need more of that. We need each other's support. All the real people got to come together. We got to band together, stand arm in arm, man, against these people that's trying to devoice us. They trying to wipe us all out. They don't want it. They don't want the truth out there. They don't. As y'all can see, they're actively trying to get rid of all of us, bro. They want a rat takeover, like the thumbnail say, and we cannot allow that. They trying to gag me because I speak nothing but the truth. I don't have to come false prophesize anything. You feel me? But on that note, I'm finna get up out of here, man. Till the next time we meet at this round table, y'all take care. Y'all stay safe. I love all y'all. Triple Gang.